sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. It is Thursday, June the 4th, 2020, here with today's live show, and just really hardly any news at all to discuss in sports. We know the NBA is coming back. We know it's 22 teams. We're going to do a team-by-team series previews, all that stuff as it goes on. I'm also going to start doing my Pick Dogs videos again. Really excited to get started with that, and I'm also excited to get involved with Spread Knowledge. We have a few new partners as well. Someone that's going to be doing Rod's bird cages with them, which is we have a really cool feature coming up. As soon as that gets rolling again, that's going to do all of our bird cages. Like you're going to see some really cool stuff that nobody else has even. Nobody thinks everyone's going to steal our ideas, but. They're not, they have, there's no way these guys will think of it themselves, right? I mean, they're all pretty sad. But anyways, we got a lot of stuff going on today. We're not going to talk about Bovada at any time. If any of the guys say Bovada, we'll have to, I don't know, I don't have a beep out function, but if they do say Bovada, they know they're not supposed to say Bovada. So we're going to stick to the no Bovada rules here. Speaking of no Bovada, we're just going to bring everybody in today. And we're just going to kind of do the round table for the meantime. And we got Rod, we got Chris, we got Steve Monahan. And we're going to bring their volume up. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
So, just no news at all in sports. We got a bunch of guys talking about everything else but sports. We're not going there, and we don't plan to be there. The latest update on Major League Baseball is there's not going to be Major League Baseball. We'll see if somebody cracks. Steve, any other news on that? Steve seems to be somewhat in touch with Major League Baseball, or at least the vibe. Have you heard anything more that this is just a ploy by the owners and hoping that the players come back with something else?
No, I mean, I think you're accurate in saying that. Again, the players, wanted to play 114 games for obviously make as much money as they possibly can. Owners come back with 50. That ain't happening. And, if it's not 82 games, then the season is not going to be played. But, yeah, I mean, we've talked about it countless times. The Major League Baseball Players Union is the toughest out there. And is it all about the money? It's all about the money. So, yeah, no news today other than somebody's going to have to blink. And if nobody blinks soon, at least we got the basketball and hockey coming back. And then, and football hopefully still on track. I'm not going to lose sleep if Major League Baseball doesn't play. I'll tell you that. I'm really sick of them.
Yeah, I just have to say that, I think we are going to see some movement here, but I think baseball, the way that these guys think is that they'll just come back next year and then there's not going to be any damage. There's going to be incredible damage to the sport. And then with the NBA running head-to-head with them, it's going to be, economic damage to these players because, like I said, with these salaries and with the income levels going down, with the NBA running up against them, maybe we might go back to the days of the folding team. And I could definitely see it, I could definitely see it. We saw it a few years in Miami when the Marlins had a vote on the referendum. They said, if you don't build us a new stadium, we're leaving. The voters voted 97% against the new stadium, and the next day they had less than 100 people at the game. And I think, setting up those kind of scenarios, I think we've seen solidarity in the country behind, some causes that, you could believe in or not believe in or anything like that. I don't really care one way or the other. But I'm not saying I don't care. I'm saying that, I don't care enough to go into it here. But I'm saying that if we can get solidarity like that against boycotting Major League Baseball, hell yeah, man. I tell you, they don't go this year. There should be some.
And
backlash.
next year's no lock either because they still got the collective bargaining to do for next year, and that gets as contentious as anything. This is, you know what I mean? They've actually shut down the season in 94, 95. I mean, there is precedent. So Major League Baseball has a lot of landmines to navigate, and this isn't over by any stretch. For April of next year.
So, you know, NBA is going to resume. It's going to happen in Orlando. You know, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Orlando in July and August, but it is not the most comfortable living situation in the world. It's hotter than the face of the sun, I think I would say.
I was gonna
It's
say.
kind of
Pretty
like
hot there.
Florida without the breeze. Like it's like the coastal towns in Florida without the breeze. There's a reason why that land was so cheap for Disney. Very buggy, very hot.
Very humid.
It's not the heat, it's the stupidity. It is brutal there in that time of year, but so be it. We're going to have 22 NBA teams there. We're going to talk a lot about the winners and the losers of this restart. I have to say the Wizards, it's like this is a team that kind of stunk it up all season long. It's like they get to restart, and there are teams with better records, that are out of it in the West that don't get to play. The small market teams talking about jersey sales and things of that nature. Like how this can affect all of those things, and I have to agree with them. And somehow the NBA will figure it out, and it usually happens with rev sharing and kind of like the luxury tax idea. But anyways, anything else, guys, in the sporting realm? We got soccer coming back up this weekend, Bundesliga. We got UFC this weekend. Rod, a little teaser here on the Nunes fight. Anything?
Oh, I'm Canadian. Of course, I'm going against Nunes. Go Canada, go!
So, what is the for those of us not as familiar with UFC, who's she fighting, and any kind of background would be awesome here.
Well, I mean, Amanda Nunes is like taking over
We know who's the woman that she's fighting. We've all seen Nunes, the Twitter video of the knockout of Ronda Rousey, right? We all saw that. It was viral, right? It was that viral video of the knockout, and it was like they had it. It was brutal. Who's the woman that she's fighting?
Felicia Spencer. She's she can throw, and she can definitely stand up. But I think her best bet's going to try to be to take Nunes down. But I don't see that. I don't see that happening here. I mean, there's a reason Nunes is kind of regarded as the best fighter in that division. But again, it's the UFC. Anybody's got a chance. And
she's a badass. She is a badass. I mean, I always respect the badasses in any sport, and I have to say, whether it be Amanda Nunes, whether it be when Ronda Rousey was ruling the roost, whether it be when GSP or any of these guys, it's there's been some incredible runs, in Chuck Liddell, it's been some amazing athletes in UFC, but I mean when you're on top, it usually doesn't last that long,
No, they don't. Well, how many shots to the head can you take before you?
Any undercard fights that we should maybe get on here early while the odds, anything here that the odds might shift on before we can get to our card picks, which obviously we're going to go over. We have them all covered at Sports Chat and at Pick Dogs. At Pick Dogs, Shane really gets into the prelims. He really digs into those prelims, and I have to say that even though Pick Dogs is a newer site, it seems to have a bigger UFC following than Sports Chat. I don't know why that is. Sports Chat, we never really could get into the UFC crowd, but at Pick Dogs, it just seems that for some reason, it's like it really. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you, why one site would be more popular than the other. Or, in one thing or the other, like in college basketball, like Sports Chat is like the most popular site on the planet, but like with UFC, they can't, they can't get anything. Who knows? So we also have NASCAR this weekend.
Yep.
Where's that from?
I believe it's in Atlanta.
Atlanta Motor
not-
Speedway.
Yeah, the Atlanta Motor Speedway, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice. So we have that and Bundesliga. Premier League starting up in 2 weeks, right? So we're getting into that range. And anyone else on the way shortly? I know Portuguese soccer has started up. We're covering that over at Sports Chat Place. We're already into our Korean baseball, Portuguese soccer. They're so global, so frickin' global over at Sports Chat these days.
I think Italy and Spain are probably going to start the following week.
Is Bovada taking odds on that, or they're just not booking this stuff?
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, me neither.
Never heard of him either.
I never heard of Bovada. No idea what a Bovada is. Oh, man. Anything else? NHL? Tampa Bay Lightning?
Yeah, we'll take the Tampa Bay Lightning today in the sim pick.
I'll take the Tampa Bay Lightning to suck it. What do you got, Rod? What do you got for the sim pick in the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Today it's the Vegas Knights at the Tampa Bay Lightning, and for the Vegas just isn't very good. I don't know why they got them ranked so bad, but they're not so good in this game. So give me Tampa on the puck line. Tampa -1.5, and I'm gonna go with the under here. I think Fleury's gonna stand on his head and keep him in there. I see like a 3-1, 3-2 game. I don't see a whole schwack of goals in this. I think I'm going to take the under. Under 7.5.
All right. How did we do yesterday in our simulated picks of football games being played by computers?
So the Jaguars beat the Bengals 21-13. Covered that game. The Broncos beat the Bears outright 29-24.
Nice plus 300 money line.
Yeah, New Orleans covered against the Steelers 50-31, and the Chiefs covered against the Seahawks 31-26.
3-1.
I went 2-2.
2-2.
I can't find my picks. Is this it? Panthers, Falcons?
No, that was from a couple days ago.
Oh, here we go. Who won the first game?
Jaguars won 21-13.
Okay, lost that.
Broncos won outright.
Nice.
Saints won 50-31. And the Chiefs won 31-26.
2-2.
So for today,
Man, I hate simulated sports.
Yeah.
12.
Rod, I know Rod likes it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like at least someone here is enthusiastically into it. My wife is like, you know, if you keep saying how much you hate it, you know, people are not going to tune in to watch it. I said, if they don't want to tune in to watch my simulated sports picks played by computer games, I'm not offended.
It's 12 Eastern. Titans -6.5 at the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Money line.
I'll go Dolphins.
Fish.
It's 3 Eastern. Patriots -7 at the Colts.
The Colts plus 7.5.
7.5 or 7?
7.
Is it 7?
7.
I'll take the Patriots.
I'll still take the Colts.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I'll take
money
the
line.
Colts.
I'm thinking money line. I'll go money line.
Eagles -3 at the Falcons at 7.
Pleaser, Eagles -10.
I'll go
Go with
Eagles.
the Eagles.
This team is
Falcons.
resilient, you know.
Falcons.
Rod, they play like 4 games a day, man. This team is tough as nails.
The Falcons have played good too.
Oh, Mitch,
They
it's
haven't
all
looked
about
like
Doug
crap.
Peterson, one of your favorite coaches. Come on.
And at 10, Vikings -6.5 at the Rams.
Rams.
Right? Vikings.
No way. It's a Cousins.
Hate the Rams.
It's a big game for Cousins. So
I'm taking
Stinks.
Vikings. I'm taking Vikings.
I'll go Rams.
Yeah, I think you get Peterson, you get him with Joe Madden like in the same room, and you just shut the door, and it's like, these two guys.
Imagine that.
I mean,
Yikes. They wouldn't stop talking.
Joe Madden has Joe Madden, I think, has like a personal hairdresser in the dugout, man. He's like, this guy just hams it up for the camera at every possible chance he gets. It's like
Pedicure, manicures too.
They had to limit mound visits because of this guy, because he had to get on TV. Wait a minute, are all the TV cameras on? Wait a minute, is this an ESPN game? All right, I'm good. There we go. Here, check here. It's like the scene from Casino where Ace like takes his pants off, except when he except when he gets up, It's like, hold on, because he doesn't want to ruin the crease. I think Madden, I could see him on the bench with no pants.
Yeah.
Anyway, surf's up here in Maui, so if anyone's out there, if I see you out there today, just be safe. I went out there yesterday. It was about 3 to 5 feet. It was fun stuff.
Nice.
Saw a lot of my friends. It was a good time. I hadn't been out in a very long time. And yeah, my wife hit a deer yesterday on the road, trashing her car. And yeah, I didn't even know that we have a Zika deer here in Maui, but I'd never seen a big buck like that before.
Oh, it was a buck?
Yeah, I'd never.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
Come on, we want to see what the car looks like. What's it look like?
the car's towed. It's she's driving an Elantra rental from Enterprise. I should show a picture of the Maui rental cars right now. There's so many rental cars because this place just relies on tourism. They have nowhere to put them, so it's just like they're everywhere, like out by the airport. I mean, just everywhere. I'm sure Newark Airport is the same.
Yeah.
Where it's just
Enterprise. I got a buddy who works in Jersey. They parked them at the Meadowlands.
Yeah, they're just parking them
at MetLife
wherever they can park
Stadium,
them.
The
Yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to park. There's so many vehicles.
Right.
And it's like, everything. And it's like they sell all those cars at the end of the year. So these are going to be super light mileage this year. Super light. But Governor Ige is going to be speaking next week, and I'm going to guess they're going to open this place back up. So get ready for those increased golf prices and all that other stuff. I don't know. I think, what's going on around the country, the one thing that we've had, the silver lining around it all, is we are going to see exactly where this virus stands in our communities around the country, because you see a lot of people in very close proximity to others. A lot of people. So if the virus is what they say it is, you're going to see a spike, a very big spike. If it's not, flatline. Anything else, guys? Anything you gotta say? It's just there's just so nothing going on. Is there Bundesliga tomorrow?
There is a game tomorrow, yeah.
What time is that game?
2:30.
All right, so we'll talk about it tomorrow. We don't want to ruin the excitement and flow of today's show.
Belmont horse racing's back. I shared a couple pics yesterday.
I saw that
in the group.
What did that 1-6 pay in the ninth race?
1040.
1040 on an exacta. That's
for $1.
Ouch.
For $1, if you put
I know,
$10, you win $100. Put $20, you win $200.
It's just not in my wheelhouse.
I know it's not in your wheelhouse. But
I need that $98 plus exacta.
You can't always get those. You have to. You know that the favorite comes in sometimes.
I only hit 1 or 2 races a day. That's all I hit. That's all I'm going for. To hit 1 or 2 a day. If I hit more than 2 a day, man, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's all you really got to do if that's the way you play it, right? You're playing it and you want to hit the long horse, and you hit 2 of those a day. You're leaving there up money. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the only way to make money at horses is to hit those things. And it's not necessarily the winner. It's the second place horse at 80 to 1. That is where the money is.
Well, yeah, because you always want that. You're trying to get the 80 to 1 to come in first, but most of the time he comes in second, and you're
We've talked about doing horses here for a long time, and Belmont is actually one of my very, very favorite tracks. So maybe we'll start doing it. I've seen some of the. I used to go to Belmont all the time, and when I lived in New York, OTB was a regular hangout of mine. So, anyways, that's it for today's show. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll have actual sports, I believe, to talk about, or I'll have some sort of agenda. We'll talk about something. It's not going to be this again. I'll tell you that much. Anyways, I can't find the off switch on the show, so it's going to be a second. Oh, there it is. It got blended in with Steve's blue light. It's down there in the lower left. Lower right. Have a good day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Bye.